Hello, my name is Donis, and this is my father,
Everett,
and this is our Untitled podcast.
the very first one.
The very first one, the very first one.
Right.
On this podcast, we're going to talk mostly about my dad because he's a legend. He's a music legend. He's met so many people. He's got so many stories, and I think everybody should hear them.
Well, I got plenty of stories, Thomas, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And that's why we just thought that we needed to share this. And it's funny, as you ask questions, it evokes another story. And you always go, what? You never told me that. And it's because it's buried underneath all of these other things that have happened.
Yeah.
You know, right from teaching, from school, high school, and then on into college years, and then, going on with the Isley brothers, and then the Isleys producing Sunrise, our group, and then moving on, morphing to Surface. And
yeah.
So here we are.
Yep. So what do we want to talk about today out of all of that?
Out of all that, wow. I would probably say,
since it's here, did you want to talk about Go For Your Guns?
yeah, as a matter of fact, Go For Your Guns is my very first recording with the Isley brothers. It took place at Bearsville Recording Studios, upstate New York, in Bearsville, New York. Partially owned by Todd Rundgren. And this is where we recorded it. So the Isley brothers asked me to play percussion. They needed percussion. They said, oh, I remember you played congas, right? And I said, yeah, but it's been a while.
Right.
Well, bring them up and, we'll just, throw some tracks up and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did.
Like we're doing now.
Exactly. Just throw it up and see what happens.
See what happens.
Next thing I know, Marvin Isley, bass player, brother, he says, yeah, man, we like the tracks we were listening back to. Yeah, we like the tracks. Ron Kelly and Rudolph, they love the tracks. So we good. And that's a wrap. So I thought that was the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
We just played. That's all we was doing. We was just playing. And lo and behold, that particular year, they were having a big CBS/Columbia merge with Sony Records, and there was a big convention, Sony convention out in Los Angeles.
What year is this?
This was 76, 77. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the same time the Jacksons left Motown. So I could be off a year or so, but I remember it being close to our graduating college. And anyway, so it was during the first tour, and Columbia/Sony, who were the distributors of T-Neck Records, owned by the Isley brothers, made this huge presentation to the Isley brothers at their convention. And down come all these dozens of gold and platinum albums as a backdrop. They just come down.
Oh, wow.
And, the accolades we were all sitting at, convention style dinner tables, if you will. And we just, the Isley tables, there was 2 Isley tables. And then there was a blank table. We didn't we didn't know what that was all about. But anyway, Clive Davis was there
Wow.
because he bought the Isleys from their former record label to Columbia. So Clive Davis always has looked out particularly for black artists.
Black artists. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And the best ones too.
Tell me about it.
Whitney and
There you
the
go.
list goes on.
They're still going. Aretha Franklin. Yep. Dionne Warwick. You know, all of them. All of them. So he was speaking, and like I said, all these albums came down, and we knew the album was making a lot of noise as we, began to tour for it, and it was climbing the charts. It was just taking off, and of course, record labels is super excited, and it allowed us to tour with more power, so to speak, because all the markets, particularly rhythm and blues and black soul, they wanted to see the Isley Brothers, promote this out. So after it was all said and done, Marvin came over and he said, "Yeah, this album is for you, Everett." And I was like floored. I was like, "What?"
Aw.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. You was on the album when we recorded it. It's like, man, that's cool. And it was gold, and it's certified gold at that time. And later on went platinum, and then there's another one missing. It's double platinum. So.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Have I seen the double platinum one?
Nope. And the reason is the association with Sony is no longer. So as they certify, they are kind of not held to. You have to give everybody gold and platinum because these cost money. And so if you're not with the company anymore, they're like, well, at least you're certified. That's good. But the good news about the certification is that means albums sold, not necessarily played on the radio. So that equates and translates to money. Hence, it gives more money for touring, and in the pocket. So.
2 million.
Yeah.
2 million albums.
2 million albums. Gold is 500,000. Platinum is 1 million, and then double platinum is 2 million. So.
And now they have diamond, which is 10.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm losing track, but I think it's 10.
Yeah. 10 million. Just crazy.
And it's out. It's diamond time.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't have one of those. But I think if you wait another 10 years, one of these are probably going to go diamond.
Right. Or just add them all together.
Right.
And that would be 10 million.
Right. That's so true.
So how long were you with the Isleys when they gave you that first gold?
Like 2 years.
2 years?
Yep. Yeah. It was the first time that I was playing with the Isley Brothers is in my senior year, coming out of college, CW Post. Yay, Post Toasties. And by the way,
Post Toasties.
we all went to college together. That's how we met. So Ernie Isley, Chris Jasper, and Marvin Isley. The other three of the older three, known as 3 plus 3.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they were called, 3 plus 3, because in the beginning it was just the 3. Actually 4 with Vernon, brother that is predeceased now, but yeah. So 3 plus 3, And so it was my senior year, and I was doing spot gigs like LIU, Brooklyn campus, with Creative Funk and some other warm-up band. And then that would be it. But I hadn't begun touring. And then the Hartford Civic Center in Connecticut, and Newark Symphony Hall, I think it was, were the first time that I actually played with them, other than practice and such.
Yeah, that was your first big show.
Oh yeah, yeah. First big show on the local circuit. Well, we'll say the Eastern Coast circuit, because it was in the tri-state area. You know, New York, Connecticut, and Jersey.
Yeah.
So, but the big tour came that following year when this was hot, and that was like 77. And well, you know, after bragging about my band to Marvin in class, because he asked me, do you have a band? You know, the first day we met. And I said, yeah, man. We're called Lightyear, formerly the Soul Techniques. And he's like, oh, wow, that's cool. So, are y'all playing anywhere? He said. I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah, we're playing at the VFW in Amityville. You know, Veterans of Foreign War, for those people that don't know what a VFW is. It was a catering hall.
Oh.
And, you know, social club, they give parties and stuff. And they got to hire live music because there was no such thing as DJs back then. And nobody was sitting there playing a record player. You had to have a live band. So we were a live band. So I was blowing the horn, man, to Marvin. And then I said, what about you? You in the band? And so, yeah, he said, yeah, I'm in a band with my brothers. And I said, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Like, so are y'all playing anywhere that, you know, I could see, you know, come see y'all, you know? And he said, yeah, matter of fact. Yeah. So I said, well, where are you playing? He said, we're playing at Madison Square Garden. So now I'm shrinking like a helium balloon that just got stuck with a pin. That was right. I was sinking fast. I was like, oh my gosh. Thanks, and this is all in class, man.
So you didn't know his last name yet? Or
no.
Or you didn't connect it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest, man. You know, like when you come into a university and you looking for a brother or a sister, somebody black that you can sit with, you know?
Yeah.
You come in and like there's only a few of you, and I was like, oh, there he is. All right. So, all right. And that's what happened. Yeah. That's exactly. And we're filling out those, you know, 3x5 index cards, everybody knows. And, you know, the professors say, okay, everybody put the last name first name last, put your address, telephone number, you know. So, okay, that's what we're doing. And we're just talking. And I was like, I looked at his index card after he said, yeah, the Madison Square Garden.
Give me that.
Right. I looked at it and I was like, Isley Marvin, what in the world?
What are you doing here?
Right. Like, what? Yeah. I was like, wow. So, like, what year are you at? I'm a freshman, just like you. Oh, shoot. And I was like,
oh, wow.
This is crazy. Now, the whole day in the class that we were sitting in, which is college choir, a must-have, I was like, oh, this is going to be a long day. Because now I can't think about anything else other than, oh, man.
And you couldn't take a selfie or nothing?
No. Yeah, of course not. The only thing we had was Polaroid cameras. And who walks around with those things?
Right.
Gotta wait a minute for them to develop, Right. No selfies, no phones. Everything was live when you get there.
Right. That's its own movie. That's its own story. Just being a younger brother of a big band going to college freshman year.
That's so true.
Like how? Like I've never heard of that.
What are you all doing here?
Yeah. And on the weekends, I just perform at Madison Square Garden. But during the week.
Yeah, that is another episode, all by itself. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But just being on the road with them was like the encyclopedia of rock and roll 101 out of the mouth of the originators.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm known to ask questions and tell me this. So tell me about this, Ron. Wait, Ernie. Wait a minute. Jimi Hendrix. He lived here with you. Now I'm at their house. It's like, yeah, man. Stayed in the third bedroom for about almost 2 years. Because he didn't have anywhere to live. And so Kelly said, well, live with Mama over at Mama's house. And only two people there is Ernie and Mama and Mother. And so there's another bedroom. So that's where you're at. But it's stories like that. That's just, man, they just love to reminisce, and they love to go back in time and just like fill in all of these blanks for us. It was great.
They need their own podcast then.
I'm telling you, they really should. They really should.
We'll do it for them.
Right. There you go. That's right. Okay. Let's get together, Ron.
Right.
Get your guy, call my guy, and then we'll go. Yeah, let's go. But yeah.
So yeah, Go For Your Guns. Let me see. This is side 1, and the songs are The Pride, Footsteps in the Dark, part 1 and 2, Tell Me When You Need It Again, 1 and 2.
Right. Yep.
And you were on all 3 of those songs?
No, I played on the flip side. No, excuse me. That's right. The last one, Tell Me When You Need It Again. Mm-hmm. That was the only cut that I played on, which was a feat into itself. Because I remember Chris saying, "Dang, man, I'll be honest with you, nobody but the brothers play on any of the recordings." So,
right.
Ronald and them said, "Sound good." We just go with it.
Awesome.
So,
yeah.
All right. I was like, whoa,
you're an adopted brother now.
Word. I call myself the Isley other. But yeah, so it's cool. It's amazing. And it's good to be able to talk about it. Share with everybody out there.
And is that your favorite song since you're on it, or out of the 3, or?
Well, yeah, I listen to it quite a bit. I don't know why. that thing was on repeat until it was messed up. With the 8 tracks. If you go over the train tracks, it skips tracks. Y'all don't know about that 8 tracks, right?
Maybe CDs when the CD skips.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. I mean, I've seen all these gold albums, over their houses, and I was like, oh wow, that is so cool, Wow, what am I doing here,
Right.
And they were just like, oh man, shut up.
Get over it.
Hurry up and get over it, right?
Pinching yourself.
Right. But so I never looked forward enough to see myself in that position. It was all gradual, step by step, or as I say, like a peak to peak principle. Like you reach this level, and then the bar is raised, you reach this level, the
Mm.
bar is raised, and you just keep going. Yeah, that's right. You just keep going. So it's, but there's always a starting place, which is cool. Yeah, starting place.
What do you think would be the highest that you've ever been? What moment or what time?
Oh man, I would probably say the highest. Man, I would say, well, this was not necessarily with Isley, but actually the first time leaving the country.
On tour.
And, right.
Yeah.
That just like, no more United States. You know, where are we going? We're going to Tokyo. I'm like, what in the world? Mind you, I never flew before. So that was,
Mm.
they thought it was so funny. What do you mean you never flew before? It's easy. I was like, easy for you. I was so scared. And where are we going? We were going from JFK all the way out to Kansas City, Arrowhead Stadium.
Mm.
That was, whoa! So many things. My first, and I was acting like a fool. Well, I know, 20 years old. Like, what? And all these people were on the bill. It was a Budweiser Superfest.
Oh,
Cool
wow.
and the Gang, Chaka Khan and Rufus, Parliament Funkadelic,
Mm.
Isley Brothers, Rolls Royce, and trying to remember. Oh, Taste of Honey, I believe. Yeah.
Mm.
And the Crusaders, the Jazz Crusaders,
And this is in Kansas City or Tokyo?
Kansas City.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is back with the Isley Brothers.
Mm.
And that was my very first, like I said, flight and just the whole experience. Yeah, and then playing on the huge performance stage. It's not like playing playing on campus somewhere or
Right.
VFW hall.
And Shaka Khan's watching you, not the lady down the street.
That was ridiculous, man. I remember it. I was so embarrassed, but I said I can't let this moment go by because I was so into Chaka.
Yeah.
So I'm backstage now. I'm not a part of the audience. So I go up to her and she's standing there, and I said, "Chaka," and she said, "Yes, babe." I was like, "Oh shoot."
Uh-oh.
I said, "Wow, I just love your music, and I'm just amazed at standing here in your presence." She's like, "Oh, babe." I said, "No, really, this is like my first concert on the big stage." It's like, she said, who you playing with? I said, the Isley Brothers. She was like, the Isley Brothers? That's right. So she said, well, this your first show? I said, yes. So she grabbed me and kissed me. I said, have a good
Wait.
have a good show, babe.
Wait, stop. Wait. Hey. I have never heard that.
See?
On the mouth?
Word. Absolutely. Man. I was dumbfounded. Man. I was like, what just happened?
And then she just
And
walked
she
off.
just left.
Oh my God.
You don't know what you just did.
You messed me all up.
Right? I'm telling you, man. I was
Right.
like, whoa, man, who do I tell? Who cares?
Did y'all see that?
Right.
Did y'all see
Did anybody say, can we get a picture? No.
Right.
Oh, let's do that again. And she just went on her merry way. I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Woo!
Did
And
you
I
ever
just
see her? Did you ever see her again after that, or?
One time.
Mm.
One time, I think we were playing at the Houston Summit, and Rufus was playing again.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, being with all the groups and being so young, I just couldn't believe that I was there in their shoes on those stages and no longer a part of the audience.
Yeah.
Although I sure was. I went to everybody's sound check.
That was smart.
I had my backstage pass. And I was like, man, right. Kelly Eyes would say, hey, Everett, don't you ever get any rest, man?
I got a show to see.
They show up. I just take the car and go. I'm watching everybody's sound check. I bet you Everett is there already. I see them all warming up, tuning up, man. Sound check. Oh my gosh.
A concert just for you.
And it's like, man, it's just getting started, and we sound checking at 12 noon.
Yeah.
We don't go on till 8 at night.
Nice.
So,
oh wow.
Those were the big moments, you know. Not that any of the others weren't as important, but that was a moment that
I mean, getting kissed by Shaka Khan. I mean,
look, somebody tell me. Come on, somebody.
Talk about it.
Ooh, boy.
I never knew that. I'm mad at you.
See that? See that? There we go. Woo! Yep. So.
Okay, well, that's a way to go out with a bang. Or unless you wanted to keep going.
Well, how long we been going? Oh, almost a half hour.
Almost a half hour, 28 minutes.
Right. So,
That sounds.
like Johnny Bravo, that's all about me. What about you? So, Donis, give him a little taste. Donis, my daughter, very, very proud of what she's doing. I gotta root her on because being in the entertainment business, it's peaks and troughs and peaks and oh my goodness. So,
Right.
But so going back to you now. So tell our audience a little bit about you. She's our actress.
Yes, I'm an actress, and this feels like the VFW situation. You're playing at Madison Square Garden, and I'm just at, Shaw University place.
Show you. Shaw University place. I remember this so well.
Right. But yeah, I'm an actress. I got started out of nowhere. Mom always tells me, because, I was the shy, did not talk to nobody.
That's right.
Little kid. And then one day I was like, I want to audition for this School of the Arts. Mom was like, are you sure? Really? And I got in, and I've been acting ever since. I got my theater performance degree at Shaw University. First HBCU in the South, 1865.
You better.
No one talks about it.
Somebody. Come on, somebody.
Small school, very, very small school though. And those 4 years were amazing. I learned so much about acting as far as like the craft and just how it all started and who are the Whitney Houstons and the Chaka Khans of
theater world.
Of theater, yeah.
Yeah.
And then once I graduated, I was like, okay, well, what now?
The doors go.
Like, okay, I'm really on my own now. Which was, great, but also like,
Absolutely. Here we go.
So, but luckily, maybe my last month at Shaw, me and my friend Lamont, my bestie,
Go Lamont.
we went to a place in Durham because Shaw University is in Raleigh, North Carolina. So we went to Durham for an audition with our theater teacher. She got us. Well, she had connections, and then we got an audition.
Gotta have those connections.
Yep. And we went to this place called Man Bites Dog Theater in Durham. And we auditioned for a play called The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov, which is a Russian Shaka Khan, but a white guy.
Right. He's the one that did Three Sisters?
Yep.
Oh, how we doing?
Oh, look at you.
Oh, I know a little something.
Yeah. And they did that one too, but I wasn't in that one. But Anton Chekhov did that play, a very classic play. It wasn't like a stage play or nothing, not to put those down. But that was, I'll never forget that audition. That was my first second audition for a professional theater company that was actually going to be paying me.
There you go.
So I auditioned for Anya. She was the youngest daughter, and I got the role. And I forgot what I did during the audition, but everybody was dying. Like, they were just laughing the whole time. Like, and it was distracting. I'm like, what did I do? Like, did I do something wrong? Or are y'all laughing with me or at me? But when they said they wanted me, I was like, okay, they were laughing with me. Okay.
Hallelujah. All right.
Lamont got in as well, and we both had another big theater experience together. That was like our second professional show, but it was the first one outside of Shaw.
Okay.
And I just been moving ever since trucking.
Literally.
The little engine that could.
Little red caboose.
Yeah, just did that. Did work with a few theater companies in Raleigh, Durham. Then I moved to DC and worked with George Washington University, the Vagina Monologues. Oh yeah, you didn't see that one.
I heard about it.
Yeah.
Real dark.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you who my character was, what her name was.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mom Alexis and Aunt Yvette, the Mom's Yvette came,
Really?
which was crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know till last minute she was coming. I'm like, she came all the way from Bermuda my mom's from Bermuda. So
right. What in the world? This
Yeah.
the first time I'm hearing about this.
Right. And I feel bad because I didn't really get to see her as much because then there was this big party afterwards and all that. But that, and then I started to try. I'm like, let me see how film is. Like, maybe let's see what happens.
Right.
Film is a lot harder, I guess, because I don't really have a lot of training in it. But I'm just used to one and done. You do it.
Right. It's live.
It's live.
That's it.
But film, it's over and over and over. And my first film was called Sons of the City, produced at Howard University. Marcus Richardson, the director. And Sons of the City is actually on Amazon Prime, and you can watch it. And I play a girl named Shannon. After DC, moved to Virginia, and then down here to Atlanta, and I've been a stand-in, I've been a photo double, I've been an extra, and I'm just trucking.
Yeah.
Web series and all that stuff. And I'm looking for an agent. And I am 5'2", And my weight is 104 pounds.
Go
I
ahead.
know that's very tiny.
Come on.
And I can give you my number if you reach out. My email is broadwayBTRFLY@gmail.com.
There you have it.
That's my VFW
Crazy.
store.
Woo. So you asked me, what has been your highlight in your career as your now blossoming butterfly?
Yes, that's my
Native American name.
Yeah, it means blossoming butterfly. The biggest, I guess my first professional award, which was for the Cherry Orchard,
Oh,
Anton Chekhov,
yeah.
the Raleigh-Durham area, the paper, the Independent Weekly.
Okay.
He came to like every show and he reviewed, and he was like the guy. Like if he liked your show, okay, you know.
Easy street.
Yeah. So he has this best of at the end of every year, every December, and best supporting actress. That's what I got.
Hot dog.
Yeah, I was in the paper and everything.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember this picture of you all standing on train tracks somewhere.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
All
That's the same play.
I
Yeah.
still got some juice up there. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my high point. I was like, oh my god, like a best supporting actress, like on the Oscars, they do that all the time.
Right.
So, and that's the goal, having, that be the highlight.
There you go. That's that peak to peak principle. That's right. Come on now.
Yeah, that's me.
That's good. All right. Well, I'm like, okay, now where do we go? I'm going to ask the two bearded brothers.
Right. How was that?
How's that? What do we do now, John? What do we do now, Tyler? Come on. Huh? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
We got to figure out a sign-off slogan, I
Oh.
guess. Like,
All right.
This is Donis and Everett signing off.
Signing off.
We'll do that for now.
God bless y'all. Thank you for watching. Hashtag. That only makes sense, right?